Now at 9, Minnetrista holds a service in honor of veterans and those who lost their lives 22 years ago.
How your children can get help after the loss of loved ones.
An informative discussion about one famous jar that originated in Muncie.
And I'm tracking a weather front moving in towards us, which you can hear about in my full forecast.
Delaware County's only live television newscast from Ball State University's Unified Media Newsroom. You're watching NewsLink Indiana.
In New York today, a solemn bell toll in a moment of silence at 9:03 a.m. The moment Flight 175 struck the World Trade Center's South Tower on September 11, 2001. Good evening and thanks for being with us. I'm Mira Bloomer.
And I'm Morgan Fisher. It's the 22nd anniversary of that dark day. Al-Qaeda terrorists hijacked 4 commercial airplanes and crashed them into the World Trade Center, the Pentagon, and a field near Shanksville, Pennsylvania. A total of 2,977 people were killed in these attacks. In addition to those on 9/11, many others who worked at New York's Ground Zero died from post-9/11 illnesses due to toxic pollutants released during the attacks. That includes 341 New York City Fire Department firefighters, paramedics, and civilian support staff. And back here at home today, marking the last day of Minnetrista's Flags of Honor ceremony, NewsLink Indiana's Sophie Schick spoke with officials and a community member to learn more.
Each year, 1,000 American flags are put up in this garden to honor the lives lost in 9/11, veterans, and fallen heroes. In a heartwarming display of patriotism, the Minnetrista Museum and Garden Center is adorned with nearly 1,000 American flags annually. The Exchange Club of Muncie, the event's sponsor, notes that the flags aren't just for those lost in the 9/11 terrorist attacks. They're also for veterans and fallen heroes such as firefighters and police officers.
And so it not only, as Jim said, give the young people an opportunity to know a little bit more about Americanism and patriotism and sacrifices that those who have gone before have made.
Though the Exchange Club of Muncie sponsors this event every single year, it seems to impact the community of Muncie a lot more.
As someone living in Muncie for the first time, I've never heard of this event before, and with my grandfather being a war veteran, it's really beautiful to see that they're doing something like this to honor those who served.
The Exchange Club of Muncie's mission statement is to inspire communities to become better places to live, according to their website. Through events like this, they can work toward building a better community for Muncie. Beyond being a learning device for children, community members also take away something special from the ceremony. In Muncie, Sophie Schick, NewsLink Indiana.
Earlier this evening, local organization Shift began its 9-week grief counseling program at Commonway. NewsLink Indiana's Olivia Sloniker sat down with the coordinator and volunteers of Shift, a project that helps children learn how to process the death of a loved one in a healthy way.
Imagine.
It's really fun to come in here and all the chaos of the kids. It's just enjoyable. They get really excited over the different activities that we do, so it's really fun.
Children lined up and down the table, completing crafts with sand bottles and terracotta pots. Imagine.
If they're dysregulated, blow off some steam, or just chill out, do what they need to do to get themselves regulated again, and then they can rejoin their friends back in their group.
Young ones giggling and laughing as they climb the indoor jungle gym. Imagine.
Well, usually for children, there's, like I said, it's the first experience that they've had with anything like that. And so, they're kind of confused by it and afraid.
Doing it all without a loved one by your side. That's what Deborah Raleigh, Jonica Haymond, and other volunteers of the Shift program at Commonwealth Church imagine each Monday evening for 9 weeks at a time. Their goal? Teach children how to handle their grief after someone close to them dies.
We're trying to get these kids prepared with a toolbox of tools. So when those grief symptoms come and those grief feelings come, they have a toolbox to use to deal with those feelings in a healthy way instead of packing them down or expressing them in non-healthy manners.
This program began in August 2022 and was designed to help 3rd through 12th graders all around Muncie figure out how to adjust and persevere after losing a loved one.
Give them some tools and help them through, give them a hand up. A lot of us have been through the grief, through Grief Share and the grief process, and it's just a natural thing to give back and help others on the same journey that you're on.
Some of our activities include sand art, painting pots, making picture frames, but everything ties back to grief.
The mission is to help kids make the shift from one way of life to another.
It's going to be okay, and we're going to help it be okay.
In Muncie, Olivia Slonaker, NewsLink, Indiana.
It's not too late to get your child involved. For more information on Shift and how you can get started, visit commonwaychurch.com/shift.
Ever wanted to learn more about Muncie's history and events? NewsLink Indiana's Sawyer Osmond got the scoop on Muncie's famous jars at today's Speaker Series event.
Muncie is no stranger to the Ball brothers and the history that lies behind the Ball jars. Co-president of the Delaware County Historical Society, Karen Vincent, shared the story behind these famous jars this afternoon.
Well, I think the Ball family, the Ball company were such a big part of Muncie, and the Ball family still is. The Ball family still has a huge impact in this community with the foundation, so I think people should know the history.
Vincent presented different mason jar styles that gave the audience more history behind the jars themselves. All members in the community were welcome to gain more insight in today's lesson about the jars through the Speaker Series.
Ball was so prominent in this area, and there's still so many people left in this area who have some kind of connection with the company. Listening, several people here work there or had a spouse who worked there.
The E.B. and Bertha C. Ball Center has resumed their partnership with the Legacy Commons Event Hall since the pandemic to host informative and engaging events for the public. Diane Waters, Associate Director of the Center, said they have hosted 3 panels as of today and are expecting to host 3 more throughout the rest of the year.
And all these programs are free and open to the public, so it has worked out well for us.
The Legacy Commons Event Hall is located inside Westminster Village for any looking to attend. In Muncie, Sawyer Osmond, NewsLink, Indiana.
Muncie Visitor Bureau's Trenton Bush is speaking on the upcoming 2024 solar eclipse next Tuesday at 2 p.m.
Now, I really, really wish we could just bottle up this weather from this week. I absolutely love the cooler temperatures.
I so agree. And now we're going to toss it to Ian for weather.
That's right. These temperatures have looked really good for a couple of days, but you're going to get an umbrella tonight if you're heading out this evening. I've been tracking a line of storms headed right towards Muncie, moving right along this cold front, coming in hot, or rather cold, from Illinois. Checking out these decreasing temperatures, -1 in Lafayette, 1 in Indianapolis. Heading into the next couple of days, looking at much cooler weather, rain coming back in, including later in the week, and clear skies towards that middle of the work week. Check out the rest of that and the rest of my forecast later in the show.
Moroccan authorities say they are continuing rescue efforts, but destroyed roads to villages are affecting aid to some of the hardest hit regions. In order for ambulance access those areas, authorities are using helicopters and machinery to clear debris from roads. Right now, focus is being put on locating and helping people who are still in the rubble. Officials say makeshift hospitals are currently being built. Efforts are underway to administer first aid before they're sent to the hospitals.
The Biden administration is taking steps to advance a deal to free 5 Americans who have been deemedly wrongly detained in Iran by the U.S. State Department. After a year of indirect negotiations, the Biden administration has issued a waiver to allow banks to transfer funds to Iran. The money will be used for humanitarian purposes. On Monday, in a notice to Congress, Secretary of State Antony Blinken confirmed the prisoner swap component to deal, saying the U.S. has committed to release 5 Iranian nationals currently detained in the United States. Former President Donald Trump wants a new judge to oversee his federal election subversion case. In a filing today, Trump asked Judge Tanya Chutkan to recuse herself. It argues her past statements in cases involving January 6th Capitol rioters disqualify her. The filing alleges in October of last year she called the attack an attempt to violently overthrow democracy. It quotes her saying, "It is a blind loyalty to one person who, by the way, remains free to this day."
Up next, a household name brand Hostess has been bought out by another popular company.
And tensions were high between 2 media giants. Find out about the new deal between Disney and Charter.
I love you!
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know.
and Clark sheer athleticism.
It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom
Reaching residential areas.
and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
The central and midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year, and lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just,
Only you can prevent wildfires.
like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
The jackpot for Monday's Powerball drawing is an estimated $522 million, the third largest Powerball jackpot of the year. The cash option lump sum payout value is $252.4 million. This after there were no tickets matching all 6 numbers in Saturday's drawing. That drawing did produce winners though, more than 1 million of them across the country. The previous Powerball jackpot winner was the third largest Powerball jackpot ever won. That was July 19th, and there have been 22 consecutive drawings since then without a jackpot winner.
Smucker announced its official purchase of Hostess earlier today. GM Smucker, the popular jelly brand, made a deal worth a total of $5.6 billion. Hostess has been making a name for itself since 1919 by selling baked goods with silly names like Twinkies and Ding Dongs. Despite the products having loyal consumers, the company made national news after declaring bankruptcy in 2012. Since then, 2 equity firms have helped to support Hostess. Now Hostess is one of the multiple brands to be owned by Smuckers. Other popular names include Jif Peanut Butter and Dunkin' Coffee.
Good news for Charter subscribers as a few stations have been returned to the platform. Today, Disney and Charter announced they had struck a transformative agreement to end a closely watched carriage dispute. Charter's nearly 15 million cable TV subscribers have been without access to ABC, ESPN, and other Disney-owned channels for days as the companies clashed. Those channels will now be restored. Under the new deal, Charter subscribers will get access to the advertiser-supported tier of the streaming service.
Bad news if you're a night owl, as a new study has linked staying up late to increased risk of diabetes. Researchers found night owls showed a 72% greater risk of developing type 2 diabetes over 8 years. Though it's not clear why, it can be argued that people who stay up late are likely to have poor diets, consume more alcohol, and be less physically active. Night owls tend to sleep more or less than the recommended 7 to 9 hours needed for adults.
Right now, I've been tracking a cold temperatures moving in, coming on with a storm front, moving right into Indiana. 75 in Muncie, 72 in Indianapolis. Here, all about that in the second half of my forecast.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
there's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Emotes say a lot, but they can't say it all. Think your guildmate is struggling? Try these dialogue options. Go beyond emotes. Check in with your guildmates at seizetheawkward.org.
Every day,
Millions of people are connecting
and even though we're overcoming obstacles,
watching each other's backs,
and banding together.
we should still make an effort.
We should still make an
to
effort.
get to know each other,
On a deeper level. Father,
cosplayer,
mentor.
actor.
It's time we take a step forward
It's time we take a step forward,
Come together.
and discover
how accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
I'm weather forecaster Ian Kowalski with your weather update for the evening. Right now, we're looking at pretty consistent temperatures across Indiana. Right now, 72 in Indianapolis, 75 in Muncie. But if you look out here, 63 in Chicago, 64 in Peoria. That's because of a cold front as well as some storms moving in throughout the evening. Those should arrive soon. And we can look a little further into those decreasing temperatures as we go into the evening and early morning. 71 right now, going down 65 around 3 a.m., setting out at around 64 as we head into the early morning. And as we look at the radar right now, you can see those storms are approaching us right now. So if you are outside, definitely get an umbrella. They're coming in from around Champaign right now in Illinois, and those will continue into tomorrow morning. But as for right now, 81 degrees high, tied with our average high for the day. Thank goodness we are nowhere near that record high of 95, happened in 2013. Luckily for all of us, we will not be getting anywhere near those type of temperatures as we head into the rest of the week. But for tonight, we will be cooling down again just a little bit more. 68 and showers, those should be approaching around midnight. Winds from the southwest at 6 miles per hour. And as we look into early tomorrow morning, again, those storms sticking around. So definitely get an umbrella if you're heading out early tomorrow morning. 63 degrees at 8 a.m., 67 at noon, 71 at 5. And again, increasing winds a little bit as we head around noon, 10 miles per hour from the north-northwest. Looking at our precision cast right now, you can see those storms are just hanging out around here, but as you can see heading into Tuesday, those storms will pass right over Muncie. A little bit of cloud cover as we head through the rest of the week, and those storms will give us a nice break as we head into the rest of the week. However, late next week, Sunday, Monday, you will see storms come right back in after a few days of sunny weather, finishing right over Muncie. But above average temperatures out in the northwest around the Montana region, luckily coming right home below average temperatures, corresponding with that 81, far, far away from that 95 record high. Below average temperatures here in the Midwest, focused mostly in the Tennessee and Kentucky area. And as we head into the rest of the week, you can see cooling down quite a bit. 70% chance of rain tomorrow on Tuesday, cool evening temperatures. 58 between Thursday and Friday, another chance of rain, 40% on Sunday. Unfortunately for us, these cool temperatures won't last forever, but I'm sure I'm happy that they're here.
Oh yes, me too. Those walks to class are very nice with the wind going around.
Absolutely.
Now we are going to take it to Jackie for a look at weather. Sports.
Ball State football takes on the top team in the nation, and the new face at Wapahani looks to carry on the winning tradition. All this and more next in sports.
Here's your sandwich, miss.
Oh, thank you.
And your burger.
Awesome, thank you.
And your bowl of boiling water, sir.
After retiring from the NFL, I've been able to spend a lot more time coaching my daughter's basketball teams. It's something I love to do. Through our games and our tournaments, we see all types of coaching, good and bad. And it begs the question, do we really know who's coaching our kids? Do they have the proper training and screening it would take for me to be comfortable with my daughters playing for that coach? Our Youth Basketball Association made the decision to use trusted coaches to screen and train all of our coaches. I'm a trusted coach. Are you?
So if one cat has 4 kittens who reproduce every 6 months, how many cats will there be in 5 years? Who's got it? Is this... What is that? Seriously. Who threw that?
Cats are terrible at math, but they sure do multiply. Please spay, neuter, and adopt.
The solution is 10.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Jackie Madden with sports. Ball State football took a trip down to Athens to take on the reigning champion Georgia Bulldogs this weekend. The Cardinals came out punching with junior linebacker Keontae Newsome forcing a fumble on Georgia's opening drive. Ball State kept things rolling on defense throughout the first quarter, shutting the Bulldogs out in the opening period. After a 0-0 first, Georgia was quick to take control, returning a punt for a touchdown at the beginning of the second quarter. The Bulldogs didn't let off the gas after that, picking off freshman quarterback Caden Simonza 3 times in the second quarter, ending up the half 31-0. The Cardinals couldn't get much going the rest of the game, with their only points being a Jackson Corbill field goal in the fourth quarter. Ball State leaves Athens in the doghouse after a final 45-3 loss. Now on 0-2 in the season, the Cards look to find their first win off the seasons this Saturday at 2 p.m. at home against the Indiana State Sycamores. Winning volleyball has been a staple in Selma, Indiana over the past 13 years. 6 state titles, including 1 last season, and countless other accolades have made Wappaham High School a program to fear. NewsLink Indiana, Ryan Saraki reports on the team's quest to continue their success under the direction of a new head coach.
After capturing the 2022 Class 2A title last fall, Wapahanni's head coach stepped down. Over the summer, former Daleville coach Valerie Wells was brought in to lead the Raiders this season. With only 1 senior on this year's squad, Coach Wells has had to make some adjustments.
We're learning how to play with different types of people because it was very senior heavy last year, and now we're young. So it's just trying to get that chemistry piece of not hanging our heads, staying positive, and that's all new for them too.
Junior Sophia Beeson, who leads the team in kills and hitting percentage, says the coaching change was initially a culture shock for the players as well.
It's taken some time, but we sure have improved at it because the difference between the coaches is major in morals and stuff. So I think that we've adapted really well.
The Raiders have opened the season 8-4 with a 3-0 record in their conference. As the season schedule shifts to even more Mid-Eastern Conference play, lone senior Lauren Rich says that she is focused on helping her teammates reach their full potential.
You have to understand the roles of each player and understand what kind of criticism, what kind of talk they need for themselves that will make them a better player.
For Coach Wells, the team has room for improvement to keep hopes of repeating alive. In order to achieve that, however, it all starts with positivity.
I'm a very positive type of coach, and I like to just keep everything going headstrong, especially when things aren't going well for us. I would say we need to focus on that and just our fundamentals, actually getting used to hitting different shots. That's a different thing that they're having to learn.
Wapahani has just over a dozen matches remaining before the IHSAA state sectionals begin. In Selma, Ryan Saraki, NewsLink, Indiana.
Moving to the Briner Sports Complex, Ball State Soccer takes on Austin Peay for Senior Day. The Lady Cards looking to defend the home turf once again, where success seems to be imminent with a program 23-2-4 record, while at Briner, Ball State looks to find momentum after abysmal 1-4 start. Sophomore forward Emily Roper finds the back of the net in the first 2 minutes, set up by a corner kick. The Cardinals locking up on the defense and lead the Governors 1-0 at the half. The Cards continue to pour in on straight out of the second half as Emily Roper heads one in off Maya Miller's assist. Avery Finchel also found her way into the scoring category to finish the day in a 3-0 final. Head coach Josh Wright feels that the strength of defense was the key to the win.
Yeah, a shutout, right? I think that speaks a lot, and so we try to be defensively tough. I think there's been some areas this year that we been exposed on, but I think we, especially the last couple games have been much tougher in those areas. So, I think it's been good today to get a shutout.
The Cardinals hit on the road to take on Butler this Thursday at 7 p.m. for the last non-conference game of the year. The last non-conference game, think they're going to pull it off.
Hopefully.
Thanks, Jackie.
After the break, Emma Matlock has your campus coverage.
And one final look at your weather when we get back. Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. My name is Emma Matlock, and this is your campus coverage. A new club has charged its way onto campus. Charge is a fitness club aimed to help women be confident and have fun within the gym. According to the ambassador of Charge, Abby D. Simone, the reaction to the club has been a lot bigger than she anticipated.
Many people have showed that they really want something like this because they don't know how to work out at the rec, and they also are scared to work out at the rec.
To get more information about joining Charge, you can go to their Instagram at ballstateu_incharge.
Now, I absolutely Now we are going to take our final look at weather.
Right now we're looking at temperatures cooling down as we head into the midweek. 68 on Wednesday, 69 on Thursday, warming up as we head into next week, and 76 on Saturday. Watch out for the chance of rain not only tomorrow, 70%. Check it out again on Sunday, 40%. For more information, check out at NewsLink Indiana Weather on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Now, I don't know about you, but I'm definitely going to be taking some bike rides and some walks because of this nice weather this week.
Oh, me too. I'm trying to capture every moment that I can before fall.
Before fall, I love fall, but winter, when it's coming, I'm a bit scared.
Yeah.
So that's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to join us again tomorrow night at 9, streaming live on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page.
And for news anytime, anywhere, go to ballstatedaily.com. Have a great night.